Aloha and happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to the Heart to Spirit Connections webcast for December 2025. And we've got a little festive vibe going here today. In some parts of the world, this is Santa Claus Day. And I personally know a Santa Claus. Mahina Ku is married to Santa Claus. And it's a beautiful time when Santa Claus visits all the children in most parts of Europe. So this is the St. Nicholas Day, and it's really the beginning of a beautiful holiday season for everyone. It's a little bit cooler here in the islands in Lemuria, and just very grateful to have you all here with me live, and those of you coming in on the recording. Um, it's been a very interesting month. And what my experience personally, we'll get to the topic. Our topic today is completing 2025 in love and gratitude. And let me just say that this is the Heart to Spirit Connections webcast. It's free every first Saturday of the month. And it's the purpose of our website is to expand our heart's connection with spiritual guidance, to heal and to feel the balance on all four bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Together, we're discovering new levels of self-love using the tools of ancient Lemurian wisdom, including signature cell healing, the 10 principles of consciously creating, Lemurian numerology, and the Lemurian prophecy cards, and more. So we'll just let somebody come in now. And I'm grateful to have all of you here today. Our topic, as I said, is completing 2025 in love and gratitude. And it's a time of year to consider a spiritual focus to navigating the final days of the year. In my experience so far this year was really a little bit different than other years, and I'm not quite sure why, but after Thanksgiving, it seemed like somebody hit the fast forward button in my life. And let's see, there's a Black Friday, and then there was Cyber Monday, and then there was Giving Tuesday. Oh, I forgot, Small Business Saturday. And all of a sudden, in my emails and my text messages and, wherever I went, it seemed like this, everybody is vying for your attention, right? It's not just, it is buying things, right? But it's also, giving things, right? Because it's a Giving Tuesday and it's just, go shopping in a small thing. And welcome, Wendy. Aloha. And, so I just had to more consciously take the time 3 times a day to take a little break and breathe. So breathing is so important now in this 5 breath self-healing meditation that we know from signature cell healing. What an important time it is to hone our practice of signature cell healing and the breathing. And, for those of you who haven't taken signature cell healing, why not? We have online workshops now, so you could do that. And we have graduate review classes if you've already taken it. Uh, However, I can also recommend that you watch the video, perhaps from the Honolulu Church of Light healing services, which if you go on Kahu Fred Sterling YouTube, you can find all years and years of Honolulu Church of Light Sunday services. And there in each one, I'm demonstrating the 5 breath self-healing meditation. And I'll put a link with this video recording so you can find all the playlist for Honolulu Church of Light videos. And that went out in an email to some of you this last week. So breathing is so important right now, and centering and focusing and having an intention for what you're doing. and not just kind of allowing yourself to be pulled this way and that because it's so easy to go there, right? And for me, that was what I was feeling in this first part of December, and that's amplified by this Gemini full moon that we just had, which is just very high vibrating, and we want to just have a focus and a centering, right? Because we are right now in December, and that's a month of truth, trust, and passion, and that's a 1 + 2 = 3. So I've got a couple of threes here in the audience today. And you know how important it is to stay balanced in the center of the Trinity, the truth, the trust, and the passion. And it's like Master Guide Kirill always said, a three-legged stool to stay focused in the center. When you're focused and balanced in truth, trust, and passion, not too much passion, enough truth and trust, that you will find the love in the center. And that's the balancing of the three. So, what a beautiful time we have for the end of this 9 year 2025. So, I'm going to take a moment now and invite you all to just sit comfortably and we'll do an opening prayer. So, just hold yourself now in a space of love and take a deep breath in through your nose and imagine the golden particles, just like glitter above your crown chakra, and just feel those golden particles. Invite them through your crown chakra as you inhale through your nose, and they draw in through the pineal gland in the center of your head with a blueprint for your lifetime, and then draw them down into your heart space, into your heart chakra. Weave all four bodies together, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and feel that four body balance. And then exhale through your mouth and just let the light move out from your heart chakra through the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. As I call upon the Creator's light, the Christ light, the Goddess Weave of Love, our Master Guide Kirill, the Master Kahu Fred Sterling, our angels, our guides, and all the higher selves of everyone on the program today, and those that are joining us on the replay, to come forth now in love and balance our gathering in the very highest light, because we're completing this beautiful 9 year of completions and new beginnings. We're letting go of the fears. We're letting go of all the lesson plans and honoring them, everything we've learned in this previous year. And we're moving forward into a year of compassionate creation, the 1 year of 2026. But first, we're going to finish this completion year in love and gratitude, peace, and balance. And we offer this prayer from our hearts in love. Amen. Okay. So that's a nice centering prayer because it's easy to get caught up in the energy. And I just want you to know that you are able to ask questions at any time. I've got the chat room open as well. So, you can type your questions or your comments in the chat, or just raise your hand and I'll call on you as soon as we have a break in the program. I already mentioned that we've got a Trinity month of three going on, and that is truth, trust, and passion are the first three principles of the 10 principles of consciously creating. And that dark blue book back there is the textbook for the 10 principles of consciously creating. And all the books and audio recordings from Master Guide Kirill and Kahu Fred Sterling are available at signaturecellhealing.com online store. And I invite you to browse there for your Christmas shopping. Yeah, I mean, it's really wonderful to go hold a book in your hands. That's what I like to read the print books. But we also have eBooks and there's video tutorials. And there is a video tutorial on the Signature Cell Healing online store for the 5 breath self-healing meditation and an ebook in case you're interested in that. So we've got a 3 month going on, and anytime I'm interested in hearing what you're experiencing now, because in the middle of this holiday season, there's also, all the regular stuff going on in our lives, right? The relationship things, the political things, the earth changes, all these things that are challenging the balance that we need, going to the end of this year. So before I get into that topic, I wanted to pull a Lemurian prophecy card for the program. Sandra, I know you're waiting. So we're going to go to the box where I keep the cards. And anybody can do this with a regular card deck, right? It's just a regular card deck. And we're going to shuffle 5 times because in the Lemurian numerology, 5 is the number for love. And um, we learn these now in the online workshops. I'm teaching the Lemurian prophecy cards, but you can also learn in a Lemurian prophecy card reading anytime. And you can read about that on my website at KarinnaNielsen.com. I love to do those readings because they're so much fun and they're so channeled. So it's not me, it's somebody else, and it's probably the Chancellor of Lemuria. So I want everybody now to send your light into the cards for our webcast today and for let's call this the card for December 2025. Got it. And we're going to cut the cards in half and take the top card, which is a 4 of clubs. Now, the energy, this is so perfect. This is the way we read the Lemurian prophecy cards is the suits. There are 4 suits. The diamonds are the physical body, the hearts are the emotional body, the spades are the spiritual body, and the clubs are the mental body. So we're focused now on our thoughts and the mental body and on conscious creation in through our mental weave, right? And the 4 is the number for the 4 body balance of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And it's also the number for thought. So we have a double guidance about thought right here and how important it is to be conscious of our thoughts. And what a beautiful segue, because that was in the preamble to my newsletter. So that was the story. That was the story of me going to a holiday gathering, and I was feeling a little, like I didn't want to be there. Excuse me. I know we've all been to something like that, right? But you can't leave. You have to be there, right? So how was I thinking about it? I found myself starting to think, I just really wish I wasn't here. I would like to be someplace else. And, I started going down that road of this is, awful. And my thoughts were starting to go in that direction. And when you do that, when anybody does that, when I do that, it gets worse, right? It's not going to get better if you think that way. So at that point, you have a choice. And in my little story there, that I remembered times when Kahu Fritz Sterling, when I was working with Kahu, and we were traveling all different parts of the world. We were in all kinds of gatherings with hosts of workshops and promoters and things like that. And he certainly was in a lot of situations where he probably didn't want to, he'd rather be meditating or he'd rather be out taking a walk or something, but he was there. And I looked at him and I thought, he looks so calm. what's he thinking? And of course, he's not thinking, oh, this is really awful. I don't want to be here. Can you imagine Kahu thinking that? No, I know what he was thinking. He was thinking positive thoughts. Maybe he was placing his mind somewhere else. Maybe he was thinking about something positive, right? And so I thought at that gathering that I was at, I was thinking, okay, I have a choice right here now, and I can shift my thoughts and I can do, what would Kahu do? That's what I always say. What would Kahu do? And I shifted my thoughts and I thought about how good the food tasted because it really did taste good. And I thought about how nice the people were to invite me to that gathering and how wonderful, you know, the place where we were was really beautiful. And I thought, well, let me focus on that and let me redirect my thoughts to gratitude and to be in that space of gratitude and focus on what's good about this situation. So that whole story right there, goes along really well with our little four of clubs over here. So thank you, Chancellor of Lemuria, for bringing through the perfect card again for our gathering. And in our in the newsletter that I sent out, and I send it out at the beginning of every month, so you can sign up at KarinnaNielsen.com. I got a channeling or some guidance from Master Guide Kirill, and here's what he said. When you find a space of loving thoughts, you're consciously creating just by virtue of being centered in truth, trust, and passion. Love is your spiritual center. It is the space where everything aligns to the truth. To all of you, as you finish up this completion year of 2025, be aware of your thoughts and remember that how you think about anything will be what it is. In other words, what you think will manifest in abundance in your world. So think in love, think creatively, think openly, and understand that any limits that you feel are only there because you believe that they are. Use your mind to shift how you feel, and you will have more and more days that you love. From Master Guide Carol. Good evening. And, I just thought that was it, it all weaves together perfectly. And what we experience in the end of this year really has a lot to do with what we're thinking. Thank you, Wendy. I got the hearts. Anybody have any shares on that and how are you handling this end of the year or this holiday season that we're very quickly sliding into? Any thoughts? I know Mahina Ku has got her husband has a lot of Santa gigs. And so I know you are in that season already, right, Mahinaku?
I have something to share. It happened just yesterday. So I went to Melaleuca. I went to pick up some cleaning stuff and stuff for the house. And this nice lady helped me. Her name was Wendy. And shout out to you, Wendy. Anyway, in our conversation, she had Larimar on. It's a stone. It reminds me of the ocean. It's a very calming stone. So we were talking about stones, whatever, whatever. She's ringing me up, and at the very end, she gives me this beautiful heart rose quartz. And I said, "What? What?" She goes, "Oh no, you must have it." And so the end of my shopping, I got this beautiful rose quartz from Wendy, the person who was helping me finish up my transactions. And I thought, what a nice Christmas blessing.
Oh, that is a blessing. That's so beautiful.
And a nice size. Too bad I didn't bring it, but I mean, a really nice size quartz.
Yeah. And I, I'm not sure what you feel from that, Mahinaku, but what I feel is that when you're such a loving being and love radiates out from you, that you're attracting that love right back to you. You know, do you experience it that way? I mean, you just, if that's the way it feels coming from you, for me, in any case.
For me, it's kind of like although I'm a seven, I like to stay in the center of the eight, and
Mm.
it just is constantly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's fun because it's circulation. So I'm all for circulation.
Circulation, love it. I love
Love
circulation.
circulation.
Well, you know what? Speaking of the Lemurian numerology, I believe we're all different Lemurian life path numbers. So if you don't know yours yet, add up the month, the day, and the year, all the digits, all of them, and bring them down to one digit. And that would be your Lemurian life path number. And you can look up the numerology on my website under the Lemurian wisdom. Uh, anyway, I'm a five, but I believe that every one of those numbers has an element of balance in it. And the seven, you have to be in balance to be in transition. Sorry. If you're not in balance, how can you move forward, right? So, yeah, you can be in balance and be a seven. And I love the eight anyway, because that's a beautiful space to be in the center of the eight. Very good to know. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Well, the other thing is to Wendy, um, the person who was helping me, her name was Wendy. And so she shared love with me. And so that's how we can share love. And so I share the love back to you.
Nah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, all the Wendy's I know are very, very sweet. Yeah. So, I'm encouraging you. We're going to do a meditation in just a minute, but I'm encouraging you to think about your practices as we go through the end of the year, because this video is going to be up there, and you're going to be looking at it through at different times of the month as we draw this year to a close. It's going to come fast. So get ready for how you're going to spend those final days. And as we get into Christmas and New Year's, I feel every year I've told you this before, but I have a list of mastermind statements for the year. And it is actually 2 pages of just positive, what you might call them affirmations, but it's a mastermind statement. And you can learn about that in the 10 principles of consciously creating, because masterminding is the 10th principle, and you need all the other nine principles to create that mastermind statement. You should weave, or we need to weave those other principles into the mastermind statement just to balance it and to get it what you want it to be. In any case, at the end of the year, I'm reviewing those mastermind statements. And then at around about midnight on December 31st, and I check and see, because Sirius, the star Sirius, the blue star, is at the summit of the, or what do you call it? The apex of the heavens. So if you look straight up, you're going to see Sirius, that star, at midnight, right about midnight. So try it. Go out on December 31st and look straight up and see if you see a blue star up there, because it's super bright. It's the brightest star. And when I see that, it's time for a ceremony. So I put on my goddess scarf, because I'm a purple goddess, and I go outside and I get a little bowl and I burn them. I burn the mastermind statements for, in this case, 2025, and I dedicate the ones for 2026. So that means before I've done that ceremony, I've already created a new list for next year. And maybe I carry some of them over, maybe I let some of them go. It just depends, right? And maybe I make new ones for 2026, because it's a 1 year and I'm calling it the year of compassionate creation. And that means self-compassion, self-compassionate creation. And we'll talk more about that on, I think it's January 3rd would be our first webcast of 2026, the 1 year. And we're going to get ready for that one. That's going to be a really dynamic year. So getting ready for the new year when we when we're completing this year, because it's a 9 year, and that's about completions and new beginnings. So we have to be ready to let go of things that we've been through in this year and honor them. And, we don't want to, look back and say, oh God, what the heck did I do over there? And because we can't change the past. The only thing we can change about it is how we feel about it, right? So if we, like my little story, it's about our thoughts about things and how we feel about things and our belief about things. And that we have a choice in. We can choose how we feel and how we believe. And of course, yeah, you could say, well, I got all these people telling me this or that, or, everybody believes this or that. You choose what you believe. You choose what feels right for you. And there's not right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's just what you're choosing. So maybe in a month you choose something else. And that's your what they call your kuleana. You're right to do that. You can do that. So as we come into Christmas and New Year's, that is a time when it can get really hectic, it can get chaotic. So build into your calendar the times when you can take a break. Make sure you've got time for your meditations, for your exercise. If you're doing daily exercise, how do you build that in? How do you build in the time for your family, quiet time, maybe quiet time with your pets because pets need your love too, right? So, create a what I'm saying is what I'm doing, one of my masterminds is I create holiday holidays that are calm and peaceful. And in that, I don't go to, that's just me, but I don't go to New Year's Eve parties. I hunker down, and mostly that's been in Hawaii. We've had fireworks, so we have to protect our pets. But it might be a little better this year. We'll see. So, just create it the way you want it to be. If you want to go out and party, okay, go ahead. But if you want to stay home, just feel okay with that and do what feels right for you. And don't feel like, um, I was talking to a lady, came for healing the other day, and she was kind of taking care of this person, taking care of that person, this or, got this caregiver. And she was, working through certain ailments in her own body. And so we all need to kind of look and see where our boundaries are, and we have a right to create them for our own self good and our own self healing. So take the time to do your a 5 breath self healing meditation and honor yourself for everything that you've been through in this 2025 because we did it. You can look back on it and say, I did it. I got through this year and I'm moving on into the year of compassionate creation. So, any shares before we go into the meditation? Anybody want to share about, how do you end the new year? Do you have a special practice that you do? There's a lot of festivities and things, and that's fun. That is fun. I'm just wondering if you have any special spiritual practices that you do. Okay, we'll stay with mine. Okay, so I'd like to do a meditation with you now. So if you can just settle back and take some more of those nice deep breaths, and remember, we're pulling in the golden particles. So breathe just as we do in the 5 breath self-healing meditation. invite the golden particles in through your crown chakra, photon energy, right? Through the pineal gland, through the signature cell in the pineal gland with your blueprint, and draw them down into your heart space and weave all four bodies together as you lock the breath there and exhale. And now feel the light going out from your heart chakra and just center in this space of peace and calm. Take another deep breath. Feel it come down into your heart. And when you exhale, it goes out from your heart. And just feel your love in your heart expanding. And now keep breathing as you feel this beautiful space of love and safety in your heart. This is like a safe space where we all can go to feel the self-love, to feel the Creator's love within us. So take another breath and allow this love to expand in your chest and feel the light weaving with every part of your physical body. Feel it weaving all through the 70 trillion cells in your physical body. And as you breathe and exhale, let that love expand through your physical body, light up the mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cells in every cell. And if you come across something in your breathing, someplace in your body that you feel that is out of balance, just light it up with your love and love it, love it, love it for what it is right now. This is all a part of you, whatever you're feeling, whatever you come across. And now expand your light and feel yourself step out of your physical body. So this is our physical body, the vehicle we have to get through this third dimensional journey. But step out now. Imagine in your mind, you actually step out of your physical body and turn around and look back at yourself at this very moment. Look upon yourself and look upon yourself in love. Look upon yourself with that compassionate creation that I'm talking about. And take a moment to honor your journey throughout this past year of 2025. All the way up to this point where we are now. And just feel the love and honor everything that you've done. And if something comes up where you feel regret or you feel like you wish you could have done it differently, just love it. Love it for what it is and let it go. Because we'll have more opportunities going forward to consciously create what it is we want to do in the 1 year. So now imagine as you look upon yourself how you will spend the rest of this year going through December, through the holiday season, into Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever celebration you have towards the end of the month, and going into the New Year celebration. Go inside your heart and feel the love for this space where you are now, and know that you can consciously create the rest of this year the way you'd like it to be. So just take a moment and in this nurturing space, just breathe and gaze upon yourself in just this love and gratitude for where you are and your journey up to this point, and how you'd like to go forward from here. And now, very slowly, feel yourself coming back into your physical body. Let your light, your spirit light now, come back in through the spirit body, the mental body, the emotional body, and your physical body. As you continue to breathe, feel yourself back in this space, in your physical body, where you are now and where you began the meditation. Come back gradually and send a light now down through your root chakra, down into the crystal core of Mother Earth, and feel her love for you as you draw that love back up through your root chakra, all the way through your physical body, up through your crown and into your higher self. So you are nurtured and grounded back in your physical body for this beautiful journey we call human light. And so it is in love. All right. So slowly come back. And if you feel like sharing, even in the chat is fine. Um, I hope that was a nurturing meditation for you. And you can come back. I'll note on the replay on YouTube what minute we started the meditation, so you can come right back to the meditation and listen to that again. I think I promised you two things. So there's the meditation. I don't know, what's the other thing I promised? Meditation. The link to uh, Honolulu Church of Light services. Right. So just as you're coming back, I wanted to remind you, I already said that our next Heart to Spirit Connections, or our first Heart to Spirit Connections for 2026, is going to be January 3rd. So we'll be sliding into the new year in love and conscious creation for the 1 year, a 1 year of creation. And boy, I'm so energized about this new year. Um, Be wonderful. And so let's get the guidance for the 1 year. I already have something from Master Guide Hero, just breathing down my neck for the 1 year. And I also want to remind you that if you're a graduate of a previous signature cell healing workshop, I think I already mentioned that we have online graduate review classes on Zoom every third Saturday of the month. So you can email me for more information, and we're going to have a really nice group going for the holidays next weekend. Also, our next global healing meditation for Mother Earth is going to be ready January 1st, Thursday, New Year's night. So, you'll be, whether you're working on a hangover or just mellow, going through, join me at your local time at 9 p.m. for the Global Healing Meditation for Mother Earth. And it should be a beautiful way to start the new year, weaving a collective consciousness of love for our planet. And we do that by sending our light in meditation to Diamond Head Crater in Honolulu. And there's more information about that on KarinnaNielsen.com. So now I see that everyone's back. You have any shares or any final thoughts on what we have going here through the end of December? Mahina Ku, I see you going for the, you ready?
Meli kaliki maka ame
I love that.
haoli maka hiki ho. Merry Christmas and have a wonderful New Year.
Yes, thank you so much. In Lemuria, we have a very special way of celebrating Christmas and New Year's, and the in the Hawaiian way, and it's so omnipresent wherever you go in the islands. It just feels wonderful to have that Lemurian feeling. I've spent Christmas in many different parts of the world, and for me, this is the best place for Christmas because it's warm. Thank you for oh, that's cute. It's warm. And, a lot of people like the snow, and I've been there, guys. And, it's so nice to, it is cooler here, and we have that Hawaiian vibe going on. So it's very nice. And anyway, wherever you are in the world, I wish you a wonderful holiday season, however you spend it. And I know many parts, and some people that are going to come in on this recording are in very snowy parts of the world. And it's very beautiful, traditional Christmas type thing. So I wish you all, wherever you are, have really happy holidays. And you can email me at Karinna@KarinnaNielsen.com. I'd love to hear from you, and look forward to seeing you again. We'll have online workshops for signature cell healing coming up in the year 2026. So you can sign up at signaturecellhealing.com for newsletters and announcements to learn about that, and also at KarinnaNielsen.com. So you email me, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you again soon. Aloha from Lemuria and Mele Kalikimaka. Aloha.